Well, I think that everybody got to Alma-Ata with a clear idea of what they wanted to achieve. They were sharing great concerns for the disparities, for the unacceptable inequalities between the rich and the poor. They thought that that was not going to be good for a stable world, that really in order to ensure economic growth and democracy to flourish, there needed to be a strong movement to provide health to all the people in the world, essential care and access to health, because that was really the tragedy at that point in time. I think that what happened there was really marvelous. People had a lot of enthusiasm. They were building on the experiences of hundreds and thousands of communities and villages and health workers and political leaders. They wanted really to push for a new economic order that would be fairer, that would be based on social justice. And they were really convinced that only with true access for every person in the world to the health services, there was going to be really an opportunity for a more productive social and economic life for everybody, and that the world was going to be better. Unfortunately, they were right, but unfortunately what happened afterwards was really a lot of achievements. I would say that there was a strong push during the 70s and early 80s, when everybody went back home and everybody became that generation, started to lead some of the policies in the world. There was a strong advance and progress in the health area, maternal and child immunization, safe water, all the things that they have discussed about. But at the same time, the economic policies were not following that pace. And in the end, after 25 years, at least for this region of the Americas, the disparities have grown wider. And that's the reality that we face today, that we have more income inequalities than we have 25 years ago. And we are almost at the same point, that we have had progress in health, but we know that if we don't bridge the gaps and we don't reduce those inequities, we won't be able to progress much more. And more importantly, we are not going to have a stable world, and we are not going to have understanding among nations, among people, that is the good environment for flourishing economically, socially, politically. So that's the reality of today. Well, a lot of good things went on. I think that during the end of the 80s and 90s, there started to be a lot of health sector reform processes and projects and proposals. Some of them, as many ministers say, were more on looking for fiscal health than for public health. So I think that the main concern, or the prevailing idea at that point in time, was about economic stability. And the scenario was dominated by that, and with good reasons, because we were coming from very unstable, inflationary times and so on. So it was good to think about good fiscal policy. But at the same time, many of these health sector reform processes lost their track, lost their vision, and the vision is still today the health for all. So PAHO has been following and supporting the countries to keep that vision alive. In 1994, during the Summit of the Americas, the first Summit of the Americas, many of the politicians, many of the political leaders, the heads of governments and leaders of NGOs and so, discuss about the results and the effects of the health sector reform, and they again expressed concern that the results were not there, that they were not reflected in improved health outcomes, and there was a need to monitor and to discuss about to monitor the process of health sector reform and to seek for evidence that the good results were being achieved. So PAHO became, with other partners, one of the institutions in charge of monitoring the health sector reform processes. And as part of that, we started to see that many countries were again going back to revisit the Alma-Ata Declaration, to analyze how the primary health care system had been working, if the strategies were applied. And a lot of new models of care were being implemented based on family physicians and family health care. And also that the countries realized that in order to face the new challenges like HIV/AIDS or increasing the coverage of immunization or caring for mothers and babies, there was a missing link. And that missing link was the health system performance. And so we are now going back to look at what happened with primary health care. What are the new things, the innovations, the new thinking that the new generation of health workers is looking for and is applying. And this year that we have been celebrating the 25th anniversary of Alma-Ata has been a wonderful opportunity for the people to really find that there have been good attempts, there have been good public policies implemented, maybe not at the national level, maybe lacking continuity, but the little flame is there, the good examples are there, and this year has been an extraordinary opportunity to bring back, to share those experiences, and to update our conceptual framework, understanding what is primary health care today, and reaffirming the values of health for all.